Hamilton, Ontario, number 88, Mark Duarte.
Okay, so I have this jersey, and this was Mark Duarte's jersey when he played for me. We're number 67. I kept his game jersey, and the reason that I kept it, our last game of the year, I took it from him because I knew he was going to be moving on from us after that year, and I knew he was going to be a special player. I always saw it in him, and so I told him, I made a deal with him. I said, I'm going to keep your jersey, and when you make it, you're going to come back and sign it for me.
I remember that was really cool. It really boosted my confidence and kind of took, it motivated me a lot to kind of push harder and have that person believe in me, even though my mind wasn't really in the best spot, playing AA really close to my minor hockey year. So that definitely helped me kind of keep pushing through and wanting to work for it. So.
And he's holding up his end of the bargain pretty well, so I'm proud of him. So, what stuck out to me with Mark Duarte when he played for me was his hands. You know, the kid had softest hands I've ever seen on a young kid. His ability to see the game was way different than anybody else around us. He was just head and shoulders above everybody else in our league, and it showed every night on the ice.
First impression was he had a lot of skill. That was very exciting for us as a coaching staff. And then once we got a chance to get to know him, actually how good of a genuine person he was.
Yeah, Mark's a pretty fun guy on and off the ice. He was always fun to be around, and I just really enjoyed having him play for me.
He always walks into the rink with a big smile, but as soon as his feet hit the ice, it clicks for him, and he's fully focused on the game, which is great, especially when we had him at 16. And you're still trying to teach kids, like, hey, you're allowed to have fun and stuff like that, but when it's game time, it's game time.
So growing up in minor hockey, really kind of having people come and talk and having mentors come in and kind of tell us that it's going to be fun, but there's certain points where you kind of got to turn that switch, be professional, and know when it's time to do your job. And it switched from having fun at a young age and just going out with your friends, playing hockey, just like pond hockey, stuff like that. You just want to have fun to where it comes a job and having that and taking that responsibility as this is my life. Like I could be out going to school right now or working a 9 to 5, but this is what I'm doing.
Hockey was his passion, and he started taking it seriously.
Yeah, people said he was a bit of a natural, and we're not a hockey fan. We weren't a hockey fan. We are now. But we've been told he has a natural ability to play, and he loves it. And it's so easy to support something your kid loves.
We would come down to some games, and he would always say he's going to play for the Hamilton Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Even when the AHL team was here.
Oh, yeah.
I can remember coming down here as a tyke when they were tykes, and they got to play with Bruiser on the ice during intermission, and he scored a goal.
Yeah.
And he came off all pumped, and you could see it was going in that direction.
We always do the school games too, and all the schools get to come out. So going even from a young age, going to watch them play, thinking like, oh, this is crazy. Like never even having the thought of wanting to play there or being able to play there one day.
While Mark and his siblings, twin brother Matthew and younger sister Jenna, were all naturally gifted hockey players, Mike and Juliana weren't natural hockey parents, having grown up all their lives playing basketball.
It took me a while. I wasn't a hockey
dad.
Yeah. It was definitely a culture shock to have to wake up at 6 in the morning for practices or drive to Windsor, 8-hour day for a one-hour game. But you learn to appreciate being with the kids. As long as they're loving what they're doing, it's easier to get around.
I can't imagine hockey not in our lives.
We were fortunate. They liked all sports, so we were doing the basketball. He was doing rep soccer, basketball, and then it came to a point where financially and time commitment-wise, you had to pick one. And we know as parents, and any hockey parent knows that hockey's expensive. We try to veer away from that.
One.
It was tough because as us three kids, like we kind of made a decision together, and my grandfather kind of wanted us to choose soccer, and then my parents wanted us to choose basketball. We all kind of got together and thought like let's do hockey. Like we love it, and we've been doing it since we were young. So it's just kind of the sport that brought us all together.
So coaching both Mark and his twin brother Matthew, I'll tell you what, it could be a handful at times. They were they were two of our best players, and they always wanted to compete against each other, that kind of brotherly love.
I remember we put the three of them, our daughter too, because we thought, let's put them all on the ice. We're not chasing anybody. But they were really little, like 5 and 4 at Shit Oak Arena. And Mark would get on that ice, and he turned something on. And I said to Mike, I think he got a penalty. And we're like, they don't give penalties. They're like 3 years old. And they did.
I think it's a big advantage to be able to grow up with two competitive siblings in the house as well, especially a twin brother. Like, we banged each other up growing up and stuff, and having my younger sister, toughening her up for her hockey career as well, it's definitely been an advantage, and having someone to battle with.
So we are going to go back to when they were little, because Mike would actually put like Smarties out on the carpet, and they'd race for one, or they would do stuff like that. I don't know, I think because we're both competitive, maybe, like it was just a family thing.
Grew up with Ben Stroud's younger brother, Aaron Stroud. He's a really good hockey player as well, but growing up with him too, like just seeing what is there for the next level and stuff, and seeing Isaac Nurse, late round pick in the hometown, and I went to go watch him, I remember, before I was even drafted, and just seeing him kind of wheel around the ice, it just motivated me, and it just kind of slowly started getting into your head where it's like, I'm watching, I'm like, I want to play at this level, this is what I want to do, and being able to watch all the great players that came through the system, like when I was drafted by the Bulldogs, it was one of the greatest things greatest feelings that I've had.
I remember the night it happened because we were at the OJ tryouts. They had a pre-camp there, and I know he wanted to play for the Bulldogs. And when he got drafted, it was a special moment, and we were all excited, the family. And we drove all the way back so we could come to the game that night.
Yeah, because I think they had some of the draft picks at the game, so it was nice.
No, it's awesome having that ability to have friends and family come to any games they can, and just being able to even walk to the rink growing up. I remember we played at Shit Oak Arena for the Huskies. Like, I've always been close to home, and I remember my dad making us walk home in the winter, me and my brother one time, because we had a bad game at Shit Oak, but 2-minute walk, so it wasn't too bad. But just being able to have that support growing up, and even to now to this day, it's been awesome. So.
You know what? Not only is it great for us, but Mike's parents, my mom, my sisters, Mike's brother and his sister, like they all come. They all want to come. It's easy, and they love to support. They used to go to the games when they were little, so to continue to go at this level and be in a venue like this, it's just extra special.
Yeah, you know what? It's been great. He's worked hard, and the organization's been great to him. He's earning some playing time. He's fitting in. We get a kick out of him standing for the national anthem.
Yeah, it's neat.
He gets to sign autographs, which we laugh. And then, community service, stuff like that you get excited about and happy for him, because he's earned it.
Yeah, absolutely. A Hamilton kid playing for the Bulldogs here is always exciting. I know there's a couple guys on the team that are local kids, but it's always great to see a local kid playing. The whole city kind of gets behind him and is rooting for him, especially because Mark played for the Huskies, so it's one name that they had kind of come out of the program that's here now. And the kids I coach are all wanting to make the OHL. Or at least hoping to get drafted, right? So these are the kids that they're really hoping to look at and to emulate one day.
Honestly, just the way it makes me feel too, being able to give back to the community after all the things that they do for us, and all the support that we get from the community for coming out to games and stuff like that, and just being able to go out and help the community, it's a good feeling inside, and seeing smiles on people's faces always makes me smile. And so I just love doing it for other people and making them happy, because it just makes me happy too.
His nickname when he was little was like Squirrel. Anything that like, what? I'll do it.
Yeah.
He loves, he's a doer. He likes to do things.
Yeah, it's nice to see him develop on and off the ice. The organization's been great for him, and the veterans here have been good to him.
Yes.
You can see the maturity, and he bought into it. And the last couple of years have been hard not being on the ice, but he worked.
Yeah, it was definitely tough to stay inside, and getting out, kind of rollerblading or doing stuff like that, even playing basketball or soccer, going to a field and just kind of staying active was a huge thing for me, and it definitely helped.
With the Twins on competitive teams and their sister attempting to make Team Canada, it could be a banner year for the Duarte family.
Yeah, so my brother's with the Kiltbees, and they're having a pretty good year this year, and I've been out to watch them a few times, and they look really good this year, going up against top teams and beating them like Caledonia. So I think they have a good shot at winning the Gauge this year, and then even our team too this year. I know we have a really high-skilled team, and the vets and the older guys that we have really took all the young guys under their wing, and we have younger guys stepping up now, like Mealy and all those guys. So I think we have a good shot at making a run this year too. So maybe a few championships this year. So we'll see.